Podcast, your high source for discussions on horror, sci-fi, and fantasy. Now here are your hosts, Izzy and Matt.
Welcome back to the Cinebud Podcast. We're your hosts, Izzy.
And I'm Matt.
And tonight, we got that. Fuck, I keep forgetting the name of that movie because it's so forgettable. Anyway, we'll get to it later. That's right. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that movie. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I was very disappointed. Yeah, we'll get to it. So, but the big main go for it. What's up?
Oh
man?
yeah, no. We're also going to talk about True Detective season 3 so far. We're 3 episodes in, and tonight there's going to be another episode. And then, we're going to get in it. Our piece de resistance.
Yes, our major topic of today,
video
of
games.
course, for our video games.
Yeah.
So, their video game segment here. So, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
I know we did
Everyone I know is fucking playing this like crazy.
Right, and I know like our last episode we did do a one-shot demo, which of course like had me like going through my little playthrough, showed my little video,
right,
and all that. But now I actually went through
wasting all your ammo,
game.
getting your ass killed.
Yeah. Not
there was a lot
getting
of
my shots to the head like I wanted to. Poor accuracy, all that involved.
Yeah.
Getting shit talked by Matt.
Of course. Yeah, relentlessly still.
But now, with the full game and having gone through it,
yeah,
about 3 times, and now on my 4th playthrough.
That's sick.
Yeah, because
dude,
there's rewards involved with going through multiple playthroughs, not just for like story.
How many hours is the main campaign?
If you just blow through it, considering that, I would say it's about like 2.5 hours.
Okay, that's nothing. Yeah,
but that's if you speed run it, and then
sure.
you get like a special reward and stuff like
for
that.
Going through
so I
super
imagine
quick.
that literally is as long as the game takes. Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. I like to take my time, explore, and see what I haven't found before.
For sure.
Like right now, for example, I'm going through and destroying these little raccoon collectibles. So then I unlock like an infinity combat knife.
Okay.
Or like a knife basically like... I think I showed it in the one-shot demo where like the zombie gets on you and you have this knife where you can just like stab them.
Okay.
Kind of like a way to like push them off.
Nice. And is it like a one-hit kill sort of situation?
It's not, but it's
it
a way
definitely
it like
helps.
pushes them away.
Okay.
So it gives you distance to get a couple headshots in. Excuse me.
What?
Get you a couple. He was hitting me.
Oh, you're good.
But you get a couple of headshots in after they like stumble back from the knife, shoved in their chest.
Right.
But with the infinite one, I'm wondering if it's like infinite as in like once you stab them you still have another knife available, because with the regular one you have to down them, not necessarily kill them, but at least down them so you can pull the knife out and keep it.
Okay, so this is just available like right away as a melee thing?
Not right away. No, you find it like either in a wall or something.
I know, but like once you have it, it's like a
yeah, but cool. It's like an auto effect kind of deal.
Well, so what other benefits are there from like going through it multiple times?
So when you go through and get the true ending, it's considered, because in this game, like you go through either with Leon or Claire, the main protagonists, and you either go through their basically through the game once.
Okay.
And then there's another scenario through the game called the second run, and you go through with the opposite character of whomever which you started with, and then you complete
that's the second time
their side of the story.
Nice.
And see what happened, and then you have a whole entire collective story. There's an extra boss at the very end that you have to defeat.
Cool.
Stuff like that. It's a little more difficult.
Well,
it's pretty cool.
For sure. That's legit.
And then once you do that, you unlock the hunk mission.
So with
that's
this guy, the hunk of tofu?
Yeah.
Nice.
So not the tofu guy yet. So with Hunk, he's like the survivor
the gas mask
soldier
dude.
guy. Yeah. And that's the one I'm stuck on right now. I still haven't beat it yet.
Difficult.
I'm still getting my ass handed to me at the very end.
So it just like raises the difficulty every time? Or
not really, no. Like you can't adjust it at all. And it's just kind of like these fixed positions for like all the zombies and stuff. Like these it's like it's not very long. I think I imagine it's maybe 10 to 15 minutes long if you just run through it. But it's really hard to run through it because there's so many freaking enemies. Oh man, like there's this one room that you go into that's pitch dark, and it's filled with zombies.
No doubt.
So if you don't know that before, they're just, they come after you. You may have a knife, you stab it, but then there's another one right behind you. He grabs you, and just so much. It's great.
That sounds awful.
But when you apparently when you defeat that campaign, then you unlock the tofu one.
Okay. And then what is the tofu one? You get
basically
bitten
the same
until
run.
you are completely demolished, or what?
No. No, he just just regular character. If it's like the old one,
Okay.
He's just
I'd like
stylized
chunks of my
different.
tofu to get
You only
bitten
have
off.
one. That'd be cool if it shows it. I don't know. I don't have it yet. But you're only equipped with a knife and like a few herbs, like a few health items, basically.
So very difficult.
Yeah, and it's the same run
Right.
like as the hunk character, except like you're just like
A hunk
weaker.
of tofu with the
I'm
herbs
just
and a
like,
knife.
Oh man, so that's the ultimate challenge essentially.
That's pretty sick.
And what's really cool too is like they're coming out with a DLC that has like new scenarios of like characters you kind of met through the playthroughs of each character or heard about. So you're actually like there's a daughter of one character, there's a gun shop owner, as well as another soldier that like was on Hunk's team.
Okay.
So you're kind of getting the backstory through these DLCs, and also they're unlocking the skins, the polygon ones, so you look like the old school,
like the older.
characters.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's a big difference between the original and now, other than just an aesthetic upgrade?
Oh man, so much. Like it's definitely considered a remake and not just like HD resolutionified or something like that. Like it's overhauled, like
a total
as
remake.
far like the cut scenes are completely different. The stories like rearranged. So what I mean by it is, for example, there's a part of the story where it would differ depending which character you played as, who would get let's say like infected by this certain character, or with the other character they would like get shot or hurt with their side character.
Okay.
Like the side character would get hurt
Sure.
with that main character. If that makes sense. Sorry.
Totally.
But in this one, it's fixed, where this person is always going to be infected by that, and this person will always get shot.
Okay.
Like they kind of fixed it where it's almost like a kind of linear path.
Where it doesn't really matter.
But there's
now.
still two different pathways, and still the characters still kind of like repeat the same methods to get, repeat the same puzzles to get through certain areas of the rooms and stuff like that.
Cool.
And there's certain areas that are only accessed via certain characters. So they still keep that. And I would say another difference is Mr. X, or the giant tyrant guy, who like follows you around, except for his, stylized hat that he wears that you can immediately shoot off and get an achievement for.
You got an achievement for that one. Yeah.
You can immediately do that.
That's pretty cool. His little hat.
Yeah. And not to spoil too much. Again, we are a spoil-filled podcast here, but there's a big change in the conclusion with that enemy, which I don't want to say I was unhappy with, but kind of surprised that they changed and didn't leave in or enhance the existing thereof.
Okay.
Just like everything else was.
Okay.
So it was kind of
Which
like
character?
The tyrant.
Oh, okay.
Like when you see like his, I'll just say like ultimate form.
Right.
It doesn't reflect the original.
Okay.
It's almost
the
kinda
original
like a
felt a lot more
downgraded
dramatic
version.
Okay.
Despite being polished and looking good.
Okay. I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it was like a whatever. It played out the same. The whole scene played out the same. Like a lot of scenes do play out the same, but at the same time, they're very much remixed, very much remade to adapt to the new setup of the story itself.
Right.
Let me see here. Another change. There's some enemies that aren't present.
Really?
That weren't remade for some reason. Yeah. They do have like the plant monster zombies. If you ever play the original, when you get to a later part, like the labs, those pop up, and they kind of look like flowers with like legs and tentacle arms.
Okay.
Or tendril arms.
Interesting.
But with these ones, they're like very humanoid, like with plants growing out of the human, like kind of like a zombie with plants growing out of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But they also had like a green version of this guy right here, the liquor. They're very present in that game. One change with them though that I was kind of bummed about is they don't have the little hiss to give you an idea that they're in that hallway or room.
Oh, okay.
Usually they're like.
So so they give you a little tell.
This one they're just
silent.
No, they're loud.
Oh,
They're just kind of more, and then like which
It's
they
like,
do, but like when they
oh,
leap at you
shit.
usually in the original, but usually it's like, so you can never tell which direction they're at.
Right.
It's very ominous like tone. But
That's
no,
cool.
They took that out, so I was like, it'd be cool if they still had that, even with the classic sounds, which you can switch to. They're not present. Yeah, so see, it's those kind of changes, and there's a green version of them going back to the plant zombies.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was kind of like
interesting,
and they had like lore behind it in the original game, of course, that you find that there was like it's like a liquor B, they called it.
Okay.
Liquor A was like this guy.
Oh,
Liquor B was
okay.
like the green one because it was infused with like the weird plant
A and B.
plant hormone. The weird like plant hormone.
That's
like,
pretty sick.
You know, that goes inside of them. To create the monsters or whatever. So, but yeah, just little things like that. It was kind of like, okay, it could have been cool. Could have made a 10 for me. But ultimately, I would have to say I'd give this game 9 out of 10.
Word.
But with it lacking stuff not being remade and just not existing anymore, that kind of bummed me out.
I got you.
And
So you
dropped
wanted pretty much everything, like an ultimate edition,
Well, why
rather.
not? Yeah, why not?
I getcha.
Yeah, and one really cool thing Capcom was also saying is they were saying, what really boosted this game's hope and made it like happen in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I told you to stop that. What made it happen in the first place was all the fans.
Okay.
Like all the fans just demanding and all the basically demand
Right.
for the game to be remade in the first place.
Totally.
So they were hinting at it for part 3 as well, which Nemesis. Remember
Right.
that one?
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, please do it. They already remade the first one, so they don't need to do that again. So,
Yeah.
but let's do the third one.
That would be fun to Photoshop onto one of our faces.
Yeah, right.
Nemesis, for sure.
Yeah, I'll be Jill.
Yeah. Good idea.
No, but it's really cool. But and one more thing too that's lacking, and only us Resident Evil nerds would know.
What's that?
Hardcore nerds. Brad Vickers, the helicopter pilot from the first Resident Evil. There was a zombie version of him.
Mm-hmm.
If you did certain, I can't remember exactly what the details of it, but a certain way of going in the police station and coming out or something like that, and then you unlock this zombie version of that character, like he didn't survive.
That's pretty sick.
Like in the second game.
That's crazy.
But you do find his little room that you go into, and then you see a note like to him. It's like a little like Easter egg about
That's
it.
cool.
I guess, but why not just remake the zombie again?
I don't know. I
That'd
think
be
that's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, whatever. But what was cool though is he took double the amount of damage as a regular zombie.
Nice.
Yeah, and he dropped like I think ammo or something special, or a key.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, why not kind of bring that back? Oh yeah. One more thing. No zombie crows.
Okay, I don't remember zombie crows.
Zombie crows were huge in the first game. And as well as as well as the entire series.
Right.
Really?
Well, dude,
up till 4 maybe.
Man,
But-
I gotta admit, I'm not a big player. Like, okay,
that's cool.
I played a lot of Resident Evil 4, but it was like
there may have been some there, but
I didn't get
think
very
that's where
far. I
they
just
changed
I
everything.
played the first part a lot.
yeah. But no, yeah, like crows were like definitely like part of that game.
Right.
Like certain area, like they're a little nuisance and peck at you and stuff, but I mean, it was part of that. Like they of course still have the dogs,
right?
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the normal enemies, the main boss right here, the William Birkin.
Word.
The G virus monster. He is very present in very many stages.
That's
depending
cool.
on which character you play as. It's really cool.
Word.
But yeah, I definitely give it 9 out of 10. Play the shit out of it, replay it, and get ready for the free DLC that's coming up soon here in February.
That's so cool. I love when people do that.
Yeah, thanks Capcom. That's awesome.
Right? How awesome
Fuck
is that?
it.
But yeah.
All right, now moving on to our TV section.
Word.
So as Matt was mentioning earlier, we are going to go ahead and discuss True Detective Season 3.
Yay.
Yeah, all right. So was a huge
There it is.
huge excitement, as you can hear right there. Huge excitement fan, we'll just put it that way, of the first season of True Detective. Okay. Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey together. gold.
Oh yeah, stoner like delight.
Yeah, sure, but just the
modern day Cheech and Chong.
the whole like just played out, like the whole way it played out, still left mystery at the end.
Oh my God,
didn't really
yeah.
answer anything, but I liked it just the way it played out.
Yeah, I loved all of the mystery and like the occult nature behind everything, and just like the ominous feeling behind everything, and
right.
just how much, dude.
And
that
then,
was such a great season, and then they dropped the ball with season 2.
fast forward to season 2,
Yeah.
and then we get this slap in the face with very hopeful though, because it was like we're gonna have 3 different scenarios. All right, I'm interested. Vince Vaughn's in it. I'm interested more.
Right.
And then we're gonna go ahead and show you this piece of shit.
It wasn't so. Basically, as far as I understand, it was more so a demand for the season to be turned out just like a normal TV show, and them not being particularly, married to all the ideas that they have right then.
Sure.
And so they took time for this season, and now that they're back, like we're back to form. Everything is exactly how you want it to be, basically.
Yeah.
I like the mode of them using his dementia as a storytelling mode of him like turning to the camera saying something, and you don't know.
Season 3.
Yes, season 3. Yeah, and you don't really know where the dialogue is actually coming from, what era.
Yeah.
And then it'll usually switch to whatever.
And then just knowing that he has that condition, it makes you second guess every detail.
Sure, because he's the main narrator for most of this.
Exactly. You're like, wait.
Yeah, I think he's privy to almost all the information that you see outside of some of the characters.
I think he's supposed to, yeah.
Right, but yeah, I suppose you know as much as he does.
Yeah.
As the story evolves.
I mean, already off the bat, like just the first episode of season 3, I could tell and felt it improved on what we were presented on season 2. And kind of going back in the same direction. Not necessarily like the occult or anything like that. I guess kind of, but like not the same way. But it's still like it upped the ante where it should have upped.
It definitely made it creepy and involved with religious things and
Sure.
and their church being central to where a lot of the mystery is being unraveling, where like the dolls came from and whatnot. And we're talking about like episode 3 right now. That's
Sure.
we're in it.
Even some things like dementia involved, like of the latest episode, or not
Sure.
not tonight's, but the previous. I guess it would be at this point.
Sure. It's where it began, where he was in sort of fugue state, where he went off and woke up, didn't know where he was,
Right.
and that's just where everyone's going to be worrying about him now. So that kind of sucks for his life.
Well, not only
as
that,
an old
like
man and stuff, and like you're really sympathizing as him as a character, but then like you said,
his past catching up to him and all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
right, and then like new things of the investigation being unveiled now. It's like,
Yeah.
we're going to find out the mystery when the oldest version of him finds out as well.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be great. I can't wait. This
Just the
season's
way
been
it's
so good
building,
so
like
far.
every episode, like feels like it should. Like I haven't been disappointed yet.
No doubt.
All the actors like are great. You can love Steven Dorff, like his character of Roland.
Yeah,
great.
Steven Dorff has been so awesome in this season. He's
Spot
getting
on.
exactly like the screen time that he can really shine with. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
it's great.
And parallel to his co-star as well.
Mahershala Ali,
Yeah.
the main character. I can't remember his character's name, but dude, I love their dichotomy and like the era and what they're dealing with their racism and in the era that they're dealing with, and
It's like three different.
well, most specifically with their partnership,
Yeah.
which is like the bulk of their relationship, which is like the earliest timeline as far as I can tell, and then now stemming into like the middle timeline.
True that.
Yeah, I think we might be done with like the earliest timeline. Like probably not, but
Yeah.
for the most part, we know what we mostly
Unless
know.
it bounces back again. I mean,
It
we're
will.
still very early.
It will.
yet it feels very far. Did you
How
feel
many
that?
episodes this season? Do you know?
I think. Oh, this season I don't know, but did you feel that like it's almost like
it's
unless it's ending that quick, I don't know. Like it feels like it's rushing to not. I'm sorry, not rushing, but it feels like it's it's been longer than it has been.
What do you mean? Oh, like
I'm
there's
so
been a
into
lot
it.
of information
Yeah,
already.
a lot of information. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, there has been a lot given to us as viewers to digest, and it's a great
exciting
thing to be part of for sure. And I don't want to have to wait, but I do want them to take time and make another great season. I don't want another flop. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But hold on, I'm looking up how many episodes in True Detective this season. True Detective, season 3. And of course, it's not exactly easy to say. So
Right.
I'm gonna assume it was probably we're looking at maybe
12,
8 to 12 episodes.
I'll call 12
within that range.
Yeah, like a norm.
Yeah.
Netflix is like 10. But this ain't Netflix.
Yeah, I could say, well, it's case to case. There's just too much Netflix content to really say
That's
there's
true.
an average now.
Some ABC shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. goes into the 20s sometimes.
I mean, yeah, like Supernatural is like 22 and stuff.
CW shows, yeah, those go long.
No, that's some ridiculous stuff for sure.
I mean, gives writers jobs.
Right. But I really like the format of doing less and like getting more out of it. Sort of like how we got with or last season of Game of Thrones, and like how we're going to get with this newest season of Game of Thrones.
True.
And then we got with like the Defenders. We only got 8 episodes, but it was all crucial, as opposed to what we get in some of the other Netflix Marvel
I could have done without the
where
first
it's
4
like,
episodes of that season. I could have just done with those last 4, honestly, on Defenders.
Sure, but they had never really crossed over, and they needed that sort of build up.
True.
And character development, interpersonal character connections. But it really sucks that
it's been axed.
Yeah, that we're not going
It's
to
gone.
see any of the fruit bared from.
Get ready for Loki and Scarlet Witch.
Hey,
I don't see the excitement in that. Like,
I'm
no
more,
matter who
I'm
the
more
fuck's
into
in
the
it.
Sam Wilson
Don't care.
Winter Soldier story. That's
Really?
gonna that's gonna
even
be cooler.
that though.
Well, I feel you, but I think it'll be cooler than that. Maybe the
Sure.
Vision Scarlet Witch show will really blow your mind. Who knows?
If I have to subscribe to something else, probably not. I'll try to blow my wallet. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Anyway, so yeah, back on True Detective season 3. It's great so far. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Mick loving it. It's great.
Yeah. So far, I think this is on par with season 1 to be just as good.
Yeah, and it definitely does again have like a slight creepy aspect to it, and I hope they go a little deeper into it.
My biggest hope out of all of
once
this
more is revealed
is that Steven Dorff gets more work out of all of this. I want him to be like a lot more of a prevalent actor after all of this. Like,
well, yeah, like right now where we're at. Anyway, again, haven't seen Tonight's yet. He's on his search. Like, he already told his son, go find Roland.
Right.
And it's like, ooh, cool. Now we're gonna see like present Roland.
That'll be crazy.
That's what I'm excited about. I don't know, man. Just it's cool. Cool partnership on this season. I like that. It's awesome, man.
I'm stoked.
It's going to sleep.
I know. I keep making my.
All right. Anyway.
I keep losing my.
But yeah. Let's. Anything else to say about season 3? It's True Detective.
No. I think it's all been said so far. The anticipation is high. We're looking forward to the new episode tonight.
That's right.
And our expectations are just as high as we are. Let's get this.
All right. So we're going to go to what everybody's been waiting for this episode. Class. So that's right. On our movie section, biggest turd so far that I've seen this year. I hate to say it.
You're
because
such a
you know
hater because it was in January already. You can say that really easily because that's like the only thing you saw in January.
Call it what you want. Seriously.
Okay. I call it 2/3 of a good movie.
Jeez, you're not making it better. And then also call it like what you will about. Anyway, I love the I guess first two films of this series. I guess not really franchise, but series. Right. So there was Unbreakable, and then we had Split, and then we have Ass. Okay, so
That was intense.
I have to call it Ass because that's the taste in my mouth after I watched this. I was just like, my mouth tastes like ass after watching that. I was just so fucking disappointed. Like, you know how excited doing here.
No, honestly, I was stoked on it all the way into the ending. The ending was the only thing. We got Shyamalan. We got Shyamalan fucking hard.
You're telling me that shitty old lady makeup on that lady that was fucking...
Which old lady?
His mom, Samuel Jackson's mom. She looked like a cartoon. She looked like clay. She looked weird throughout the entire film.
Man, that never occurred to me once while I was watching this movie.
Dude, watch some stills or something. No, just how everything played out just felt so cartoonish. Like it just felt out of place. Because the first two films are like, these are like super human people in realistic settings, right? And this one, it's like, okay, let's cartoonize this idea. I was like, what?
It very much so did that.
Don't do that.
It threw all of the the finesse out the window.
There you go.
Like
sure.
It was all. I don't know. It was very much so just called out, like everything. But
it didn't feel like an idea that was held on for so long, to be honest.
No, definitely not. But it was cool that we got the same actor who played the son in Unbreakable, right? That was really awesome.
No, I could give a shit less.
Maybe that was his idea. That's his only idea.
You know what? Honestly, I felt like the kid shouldn't even be there. I feel like at this point he should resent his dad. He's still bummed about his mom's death. It's just like a dark, dark path. Make it realistic. Why not?
Yeah. I guess so.
And let's not start a fight when you guys are feet away from each other. Feet! Yards, really possibly.
That was very silly. And then him like charging like a gazelle at him.
Like, what's going on in this movie? And then here we go. Spoilers. At the very end. Sir Paulson spotted this whole fucking cult.
So that
kills heroes.
Okay, yeah, no, the whole entire thing about like the secret society that keeps superheroes down and everything like that. Interesting concept. So, get me here. If we were privy to that information in the first place, we could go in with the context of knowing what was going on, and we could build tension as to what is going to happen.
Even just little hints. Not even big reveals, just little hints, something.
Right. It didn't have to be a
breadcrumbs.
reveal. It didn't have to be a reveal.
Yeah.
The real twist could have been Mr. Glass's entire plan at the end.
Sure.
Yeah, not the fruition of everything. What actually happened, still happening. Yeah. Of that display being his entire idea or whatever. Better executed, of course.
Right.
Because the third act was slapped together like a quick bologna sandwich. That was not like very appetizing. You know, just kind of soggy, not really.
And they stole the end of Deadpool too. Like
how so?
No, I'm sorry, they didn't steal. Sorry, that's the same scenery.
The same scenery. Oh, like okay.
Tell me that it's not similar.
Sure it is. But Deadpool 2 rather had a like a Instagram filter over the entire movie in some sort of weird way. So
Sure.
it's hard to like delineate different feels of different scenes in that movie because the whole thing felt the same, in my opinion, for the most part. Not that that's a bad thing. It was very comic book, but whatever. I digress. What the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about. Well, I was talking about how the end of Glass looked similar, but then
the twist.
Yes.
The twist could have been what the twist was before we had the twist reveal of the whole entire anti-superhero cult, super society of anti-superheroes.
Yeah.
So that would have been cool if we knew it in the first place. The twist could have been that still. We could have still got Shyamalan like, oh, he's so smart. Obviously, that was going to be the twist anyways.
Yeah. But it would have been cool, right? Like instead of like, oh, hey, guess what? Was hanging out this entire time.
Yeah.
Movie's over. And that was it. Super lame.
I agree. It was because of the way that it was structured.
Of course.
And it's because he wanted to Shyamalan us twice. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Now let's actually talk about the movie instead of just bashing it.
Okay.
So let's start from the middle. When they're all imprisoned. Okay. So
that's kind of I know. Yeah, that's
I liked the middle.
Yeah,
I actually did enjoy. I'll take all my shit talking to a curb for now.
Okay.
I did like the middle to where they're all imprisoned in their separate isolation chambers with special additives
across the hall from each other.
Right, with special additives to inhibit their abilities.
Okay, except for the Horde could have just closed their eyes and walked past there.
Right.
I don't really understand that.
Yes, the Horde got flashing lights that... Hold on. Besides... Okay, yeah, we're going to talk about the Horde right now real quick. So the Horde version 2.0, and I'll explain why I call him that.
Okay.
The Horde...
You think he was different than he was with
I know he is.
in Split?
I know he was because I just saw Split again.
Okay.
He does not talk. The Beast does not talk in the first place. The Beast has
not
a
in the
voice
first one.
now.
Yeah.
And it's cheese core. I do not like the voice. It's like, what's up, Venom? I didn't like the voice, dude.
What, Sam Raimi Venom?
What? No, the new Venom we got.
Voice.
The new Venom we got.
Okay, we haven't had a good Venom.
Because it was deep. It was super deep.
Like a turd in the wind.
Oh, man, you sound just like a Venom. That's scary. No, but... So, yeah, that's one gripe I had about the Horde on this one. And then another thing, like flashing lights stun him. Do you remember that happening in Split? I don't. And again, I just watched it. I didn't see that.
Can't say that I do.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Let's throw in new rules. No.
Dude, that's a super Shyamalan thing to do.
I don't care. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does dumb shit.
It's a dumb Shyamalan thing to do.
Yeah, he does dumb shit. Guess what? Water's your weakness. Hey, guess what?
That was already in the Unbreakable.
Signs.
But that's fine.
Signs also had that shit. Why?
All right. But
does M. Night Shyamalan just like hate drinking water, so he just makes it like an antagonistic element to all of his
But granted,
movies?
in Unbreakable, he did have that
Lady in the
weakness
Water.
already.
What's going on with him in water?
Calm down. That weakness was already there. Remember. It was.
I understand that. I'm not saying that it wasn't. I totally get that. The whole entire thing behind him and his weakness, I feel like it was psychosomatic. He could have gotten out of that fucking puddle. He could have. But they killed him. And dude, he gets killed by a faceless character. How did you feel about that? David Dunn getting killed by a character who you literally don't know anything about. Just a faceless grunt.
Yeah.
Unceremoniously.
Want a drink?
Dude, no. He didn't even have a line.
Right.
He didn't even have a line.
I mean, that honestly would have just like topped it right there. He needed a line like that. Like, I want a drink.
But he kept like dramatically like
Yep.
lifting him out of the puddle so she could
see him
twist the knife further. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't understand it. But
it's just a stupid Shyamalan thing to do, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my god. Dude.
Yes. Oh my god.
When
but why was it Split this dumb?
Because he wasn't.
Why was Split so good? And Unbreakable was great. That was Unbreakable.
Okay, Unbreakable was old when he didn't have anything to like really prove.
Yeah,
Split came at a time when he was already Shyamalaning all over everything, and no one liked what he was liked what he was doing. And then he was like, I have nothing to lose, so I'm just gonna like do this old idea and see what goes on. And he did it earnestly.
Yeah.
And then it did really well. And then he got really excited. Like a kid with a hamster that's too excited. And he's like he loves it so much. And then he squishes it to death. You know, just like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy. That whole entire analogy.
Stroke it.
That is
pet it.
Yeah, exactly. That is Shyamalan with a movie franchise that is, it's going to do so good. I'm going to do it. And then Shyamalan. And then it's just
Shyamalan all over it.
Yeah.
Big ass turd. So,
man,
I
it's so
ain't going to
unfortunate.
score yet because exactly. Let's keep complaining. I think we got a little bit of time here.
We don't have to.
No, well, one thing like I was worried about was it was going to turn out they were all crazy in the end. Luckily, that was not the case.
Right.
However, I kind of wish it was at this point. Isn't that ironic?
Considering the ending that we got.
Yeah. Oh, considering the whole play out. Okay.
Yeah.
Why does everybody need a selected side character? Hold on. Hear me out real quick.
Why?
Hold on. So, again, I don't see why the son should be there. Realistically, he should be fucking out of the picture.
Dude.
Hold on. Why is chick should be traumatized, not wanting to go to dude, the crazy motherfucker who tried to kill her.
Uh-huh.
And then the only one that makes sense is Samuel Jackson's mom by his side. It's the only one that makes sense. Because that's her son.
I agree. It was really, really
But everybody
stupid.
needs a side character. You know, get on the sidecar. You know, like, what?
And then let's all show up at the same time.
With Sarah Paulson.
It's a great idea. Let's all show up at the same time. And let's all act like this is not movie magic. And let's all just watch everyone beat each other to death. And let's watch my dad get drowned in a puddle by some grunt and literally not do anything about it. I'm sorry, but if that was my dad, I would, I'd get killed trying to stop it from happening. Like it wouldn't, like there wouldn't be a second question about it. You know what I'm saying? And they were only just pushing his head into a puddle. Like if he could have, done anything about it at all.
Right.
David Dunn could have rolled over.
No, he has to do this.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Save me with your facial expressions, please.
I know, right?
Please. So, ultimately, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, man, sorry for yelling. Ultimately, I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a turd out of 10. Turdy.
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. No.
Damn, ballsy.
Like a 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I did really enjoy where we got to see David Dunn living his life in the past, 17, 20 years or whatever.
But we got a glimpse of that in Unbreakable.
We got a glimpse of him sitting in a diner, bruh. That was it. Oh, no.
Saw him as a kid.
I'm talking about in between Split and...
I got you.
Yeah,
for sure.
We got
for sure.
that whole entire catch-up. That whole entire story. That storyline, great shit. I liked it.
All right.
The whole entire... the whole sit-down and breakdown and the therapy and stuff, that... I did like where that was all going, and I liked the character development in between them. And in between, and I really liked Glass, Mr. Glass specifically in Act 2, where he was just deliberately doing things and being very quiet, not taking his meds, acting crazy, and then when he wanted to be on camera, he just goes into the middle and just like wheels himself in circles.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, just wheeling himself in circles, and yeah, that was really funny, and just commanding like slit throats and like whatever, just like
that's true.
stuff.
I'm gonna raise mine to 4.
A 4, not a
tree,
not
a turd.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't the worst movie ever.
No.
I'll totally give you that.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I haven't seen what people say is his like worst movies.
I mean, this is making him bank. Surprisingly.
Oh, for sure.
People
it did well enough.
Eating it up.
It did well enough. It did well enough.
Anyway, anything else you'd like to say about this movie, Matt?
There you go. No, there, not really. I don't want another movie in this franchise. I want him to move on to anything else.
You know what? Hellfire Club, the movie?
No. I'm really not interested.
Yeah.
Had that been an idea that was like plotted out of the beginning of this and then sort of developed on a little bit more.
Right, sure.
I would have been way more into it because the things that they did with the secret society was really cool, where it was like dead silence in a moment once they were all in a room alone.
Sure.
And it was a lot of people. So it was really conspiratorial, really like could have been very Eyes Wide Shutty if they went that direction. Like they get like a superhero that is like a super lover or something, and then they
or what if
chain them up like
yeah, exactly. What if they like had captive ones that they use to their will?
Right, exactly.
Their bidding.
Exactly. Like done some crazy stuff like.
But no, they just drown them in puddles.
Exactly. No, we just killed them. That's it.
Yeah. I agree. I'm glad it's over. Very disappointed though. Being a huge fan, I praised it up and down to people like, get ready for Glass. It's going to be the best. I apologize. It's not that great, but hey, if you enjoy it, of course, check it out. And if you enjoy it, power to you. Whatever. All right, Matt. Any additional news? I think like an Avengers Endgame trailer drop. That was pretty cool. We just checked it out. Not much information, but whatever.
Yeah, that would be the Super Bowl commercial that just dropped.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just kind of chilling here, not watching the Super Bowl like a couple of losers. Right. And yeah, it looks really awesome. No more real reveals of anything crucial.
Of anything we don't already know, yeah.
Right,
it just shows like the survivors.
Yeah, pretty much
That's
everything.
about it.
Yeah, everyone in a row working together, basically. And then we saw Tony and Nebula like in a room together, like
yeah, they were about to fuck. They were making out.
They were getting down. Yeah, it was just a quick. Yeah, it was just a quick little tiny blink and you'll miss it.
He's like, she blew me.
I'm blue. Yeah, totally went down.
And that's exactly how it always goes. Anyway, so you can
alone
always
in a spaceship together. You can only
you can only hope in the smells. So
you can't. Yeah, there's no escaping the smell of what's inside of a spacecraft. You just kind of need to
cybernetics, flesh, who knows what else.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to speculate too much. This is getting me sick.
I mean, you're overthinking it over there. I stopped. I was like, okay. So anyway,
yeah. So
all right, that's about all we got. Again, you can find the podcast everywhere on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Find us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. You can find myself under anywhere Excessive Suppressant, if not under Izzy Cinnabud. Find my music as well. Matt, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and all that good stuff, and Twitter at Coriander and you can find me everywhere else at great.strength on social media.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, again, we are the Cinnabud Podcast saying out.
Peace.